In this section, we'll review the activity duration estimating process. Activity duration estimating estimates the work effort, resources, and number of work periods needed to complete each scheduled activity. Work periods are expressed in hours or days, or if you have a large complex project, it could be expressed in weeks or even months. You need to include all time that will elapse from the beginning of the activity until its completion. And here, progressive elaboration will be quite evident, as fewer details are available to start, and with more detail, the estimating becomes more definitive. The information needed to start this process would include enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets, the project scope statement, the activity list, the activity attributes, the activity resource requirements, the resource calendar, and the project management plan. Within the project management plan, you want to focus on the risk register and the activity cost estimates. The key focus within the organizational process assets would include databases, historical information, and constraints and assumptions that would impact activity duration. To perform activity duration estimating, some of the tools and techniques that can be used include expert judgment, analogous estimating, parametric estimating, three-point estimates, reserve analysis. In the expert judgment area, you want to use expert judgment because of experts' experience with similar activities in the past. You might want to combine expert judgment with historical information and use as many experts as possible. Analogous estimating is also known as top-down estimating, and it's considered to be a form of expert judgment. It uses the actual duration of a similar activity completed on a previous project to determine the duration of the current activity. You want to ask people with expert judgment on these similar activities. It's a helpful technique when detailed information about the project is not available, and it can be used to estimate the total project duration. It's also useful early in the project when detail is not yet known. Parametric estimating is a quantitatively based estimating method that multiplies the quantity of work by the rate. Three-point estimates are estimates that are used for the most likely, optimistic, and pessimistic estimating. They're averaged together to come up with a final estimate. It uses experienced people to provide the three estimates. The optimistic is, of course, the estimate of the fastest time frame to complete the activity. Pessimistic, of course, assumes the worst happens and it takes much longer than planned to get the activity completed. And the most likely estimate assumes no disasters and that work can be completed as planned. Reserve analysis is also called buffer or contingency time. It means adding a portion of time to the activity to account for schedule risk. It can be a percentage of time or a set number of work periods to the activity or the overall schedule. This concludes our review of the information and the tools for activity duration estimating. In the next section, we'll go through the results of this process.